Let's get started. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer with an exclusive clientele of 6- and 7-figure CEOs. However, I have a mission, and that mission includes you, small business owners and entrepreneurs who are spinning their wheels and struggling to get to their first 6 figures in business. I want to show you how to make the money and create time freedom. That's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working my business from anywhere in the world. I'll spare you the journey. Just know I'm living my best life and working my best business in Mexico these days. All right. Okay, let's get started. Blog Talk has already been released. It all starts with the blog. The blog for this week is at shaycannon.com/AI. Okay. So that's what we're talking about this week. We're talking about AI, artificial intelligence for small business. Okay. Because what I realized was I'm immersed in AI. A lot of my business besties are immersed in AI. We take all of these workshops. We go to all of these summits. We are using AI in our business to our best abilities, and we're learning more and more every day. In fact, me and some of the business besties got together yesterday and started talking about AI off the cuff. And so that was amazing. But this is the thing. What we realize is not everybody is in this little, I'm going to say, I don't know, capsule of AI. A lot of you guys, especially some of you who need to know, don't necessarily know about how AI can help your business, right? So I want to introduce you to it, but I want to introduce you to it in a way that is impactful, okay? Now, Chris L. Davis, one of my tech gurus of Automation Bridge, he says you don't purchase tech, you hire tech, right? And I know that's true because in coaching you guys and working with you guys, what I know is not only do you hire tech, you tend to hire it first before you'll hire people, right? So that's how amazing and important tech is to us small business owners. And so AI is revolutionary. So why not start incorporating it? I know it can be overwhelming, but I'm going to start you where it's most impactful, like I said, which is always the client journey, okay? Your client journey has 6 phases. It has the awareness phase, how people become aware of you and your business, your brand. It's the inquiry phase where they inquire how to work with you. There's the purchase phase, how they pay, right? Then there's the onboarding phase. There's the service phase, and there's the offboarding phase. So that's our 6 phases. So we're going to use these 6 phases this week to introduce you to some AI that can help you in these phases. Now, as a disclaimer, this is not all the AI that is out there. I'm giving you a lot, but it's still not all of it that's out there. And if you don't need these particular tools, how about you do a little research? Just Google and see what AI is available for what you do need, okay? If you're thinking about being more efficient in your business and all of that in these phases, beyond these phases, Google, do a little research, figure out what AI tools are available to you and start incorporating them to help you, okay? Now, yesterday we talked about the first 2 phases. We talked about the awareness phase, and we talked about the inquiry phase. And I gave you a long list of AI tools that you can be using in those phases. If you would like to know that list, go to yesterday's replay and check out the conversation that we had about it. Okay. So today we're going to do 2 more phases, right? Because it's a total of 6 phases and we only got 4 days. So we fast tracking this thing. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the purchase phase and the onboarding phase, okay? Now, the funny thing about the purchase phase is you may already be using AI in the purchase phase, because the first thing I found in my research is that some of our favorite payment processors already are using AI, okay? So let me give you a rundown of some of them. PayPal is already using AI for fraud detection and risk management. Shopify is already using AI to create personalized shopping experiences. Stripe has integrated AI for payment fraud detection. Square is using AI for sales predictions and customer insights. Klarna, and I know not a lot of people use Klarna, but some do. That's Klarna. They are using AI to do insights for a smoother payment process. Okay, so some of the services we are already using are creeping AI in because even the big boys know the value of AI. So us little people, we know we have to start to use it too. Okay, but let me tell you what's the bane of a service-based business's existence, and that is going from proposal to contract and then getting to the money. right? So I found some AI stuff for you to use to help you smooth out your proposal to contract to payment process, okay? So some of your proposal management tools are PandaDoc, that has AI in it. They're using AI to help you create personalized proposals, analyzing the proposal performance, and optimizing the templates, okay? So PandaDoc. Then we have Proposalify, okay? Proposalify. And they have AI features in it to help with proposal interactions, automated workflows, because that's a workflow going from proposal to contract to payment, okay? And version control, because what we know is we send a proposal out or a contract out and they want to make changes to it. So now we got to go to version 2, and then we have to go to version 3 as we negotiate, right? So Proposalify is going to help you control some of those versions. And then we have Quiller. It's spelled Qwilr, okay? It has AI features, and it assists with the design and the content suggestions, so you might not even know what to put in your proposal. It's going to kind of help you get started, all right? And it has AI for analytics and tracking, all right? Now, proposals, great. Let's get to the contract phase. So we have Icertis, ICERTIS, okay? And it's using AI for the contract life cycle management, because some of y'all are still working off of contracts that are expired. And I just hurt my own feelings with that one. But hey, this is going to help you, okay? Risk assessment and compliance tracking, okay? Then you got DocuSign. You may have heard of it before, but now it's AI powered. It's using it for analytics and contract insights, automated workflows, okay? Digital signatures. Awesome. We got Kira. I've never heard of this one. I'm going to check it out. It has AI in it that is extracting relevant information from contracts and documents. Like, what if you need to know, how do I terminate the contract, right? So it's extracting that information out of it for you. And it's great. So those are the 2 phases we are talking about today: the purchase phase, the contract proposal phase, right? That onboarding phase. What I would love to know is, do you have an onboarding process? Came out the blue with that one, didn't I? Do you have an onboarding process? Okay, so I'm gonna go around to the ladies, and I want you to tell the people what your business is, and I want you to tell them if you have an onboarding process and what is it? What is it? How do you see that AI can help you? But tell me first, do you have one, and what is it? Okay, so Teray, I know that right now you're not onboarding anybody because the book is not ready yet, and you haven't started the coaching phase of that particular business. However, you had an amazing skincare business. Did you have an onboarding process for that business? What was it? And do you see where AI could be helping with that now if you were to go back into that business?
Good morning, ladies. I did not have an onboarding process. And the thing is that I kept being coached in the customer journey, but I didn't know how to develop an onboarding process. It's like, hey, here's my product. I mean, do you want to buy it or don't you? Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I needed to pull them in and I get them, I don't know, I guess in part of a community so that they could, you know, feel free to discuss their skincare routines, whatever. But yeah.
Kim putting up the laughing emoji. Look, she might have the same. I don't know. Kim, you know you can't come on the mic. Put it in the look. What you laughing at, Kim? Put it in the comments. And also put your answer in the comments, Kim. Glow. You do locks, right? You also sell t-shirts. You also have a podcast. Do you have an onboarding process for any of those businesses? If so, what does it look like? And do you see where AI could be helpful in that journey? Let's see if Glow can come off the mic. All right, Glow, put it in the comments for us when you get a chance. Dewana, are you available to come off the mic? I know you may not be able to come off the camera, but can you come off the mic? Let's see if you can. Oh, y'all gonna have me singing for my dinner today. All right, Heather. Good Lord.
I can come off. There I am.
All right.
So I have a hard time. But
you keep us eating healthy, right?
Yeah.
What was your onboarding process, and do you see where AI could have helped with it?
Yeah, so I would always interview my clients about what their needs are in terms of, you know, what their goals are for their health, and then find out what their health issues are, so I could design a diet that is suitable for their metabolic issues.
Mhm.
Where AI can help, probably, I don't know. I'm still studying this whole AI thing, so I don't know.
Gotcha. So, what I know about you beautiful people that like to stay in the kitchen, right? I know AI can help you with your payment process, right? For you, even the proposal and the contract part could work because you also had a business that did ongoing meal prep, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So those are some ways that it can work. So actually what we talked about today could help you with that easily. But another thing that can help is automations, right? Now we're going to get into servicing tomorrow, but let's jump ahead for a second, right? But automations, because what's happening is you're in the kitchen, you want them to be getting some communications. You don't want to have to, rinse those hands off and dry them off and send emails. And so that some things should be automated. So think about that too, DeWan. All right, Heather, in your editing business and your book coaching business, do you have an onboarding process? Tell us what it is and how can AI help it?
I I do have an onboarding see, that thing from yesterday is worse. I do have an onboarding process, and I do use AI for the whole proposal contract payment thing. It sends it. It's not automatic though. I still have to like manually trigger it. But it's all in one thing. The onboarding process is a little loosey goosey, and so we need to tighten that up. But that's part of the blueprint that I'm following from you. So that's part of my get my back office in order thing for this next 6 weeks.
All righty, not a problem. I want to take a moment to say good morning to Keith Munn over there on the Facebook page. Y'all know we having to go through the page while Facebook is acting up. So now I'm trying to keep an eye on the page and the group. Thanks, Facebook. And so we don't have enough to do in the mornings, right? But that's okay. We're keeping an eye out for any comments on the Facebook page and the group because Auntie Shaky taught us that she was over on the page on last Monday, and we didn't know she was over there, right? All right, let's go to Dr. LaFera. Dr. LaFera, tell the people your business. What is your onboarding process, and do you see where AI can help you? And we're going to give Dr. LaFera time to come off the mic. There it is.
Yep, there it is. So my business is I'm a physician and a corporate wellness speaker, and I have a wellness beauty brand that helps women, ambitious women, who are stressed and low on energy, to what do I help them to do?
We're just gonna say you're helping them look good and feel good, right?
to reverse their disrespectful body changes, so they get the beauty, body, and balance they desire. I do that with my non-toxic cosmetics, supplements, and a few other things. But so when I was selling, I still do. When I get customers to come in through my emails, what I do is they get like how to use the product.
Yes.
And I was giving them like an opportunity to have like a free like session with me. Most of them didn't take me up on that. Very few did. I guess I could use AI some kind of way to figure out how to push harder so that they would take advantage of that. Because then I probably would have had, when I'm selling, a lot more like better retention. And now I'm having people ask me about like helping them with the way they eat and stuff, like, and that's what I used to do. But I'm considering it. But not. I don't want to do a lot of one-on-one. I'm considering it though. If I bring it back, I would do a lot of like onboarding where up front it's like a lot of like, okay, sign this, like fill this out, like before I even have to say anything to them. Like, so when I see them, I already know a lot of stuff.
Yes, I love that. I love that. What I'll tell you is if you don't want to get back into the cooking, you don't have to. Create a guide that's the basis for the recipes that you used to cook. And then as a part of nurturing them, you can give them a recipe a month or something like that. You don't have to get back into the actual cooking if you don't want to. Also, you can do a partnership with Dewana. Let Dewana do the cooking. Let Dewana tell them what to eat and metabolically or whatever. But also, I love the fact that you did an assessment or a questionnaire and you gave them the opportunity to talk to you. I will tell you, Dr. LaFera, even in this message, you'll see this message change by next month. DM me for free business strategy. People who don't have a reference for what they should be talking to you for won't talk to you at all. That's what I have found. So maybe start looking at doing some virtual event type things, not necessarily as big as a summit or whatever, but maybe just some fireside chats or something where you talk to them about a specific subject and then let them ask you questions on it and then let them sign up for a free consultation if they need more, but you anchor it in a conversation so that they actually know what they'll be talking to you about, because that's what I have found in my research. People who don't know and they don't have a reference for stuff, they don't want to talk because they don't want to seem stupid.
So you would, okay, so what I say, like, and what I want to do with the corporate is I say that I want to help them to create wellness assessment plans or blueprints. So what? Like,
yes.
DM me for that. And then like the what you're talking about, I could, I guess, do that inside of my either Facebook group or when I go live, I guess I could say, like what you said, like, I'm going live to answer questions. We're going to talk about this topic, like kind of like what you're doing this morning.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Especially and with your corporate people, don't forget your corporate people aren't like your entrepreneurs, right? They're not going to DM you for anything. They have people that come and court them. So that doesn't work for them. So that might be where that proposal contract to payment AI could come in and help with that. Like figure out what a really good proposal would be and then put them in the automation of if they like it, they go straight to the contract and they go straight to the payment rather than waiting. Yeah. But I love that. Love that, Dr.
Yeah. I'm about to go over to LinkedIn and beef that up for the corporate stuff.
Let's go. You might could even record yourself doing some type of talk or on a topic, right? And put that in their inboxes. One thing I know about those corporate outreaches, they like for you to give them something. They like different stuff. They like you to come in their inbox asking no questions, all that kind of stuff. They like it when you offer them something. So then you'll at least get a reply back. And sometimes the reply is, oh, I'm not the person for this. It's so-and-so. Well, guess what? That was valuable, right? So cool.
Yeah, that's true.
All righty. Of course. Demetra, what is your onboarding? Tell the people what your business is. What is your onboarding process? And do you see where AI can help you with that?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Demetra from My Tutor Helps Me Educational Services, where I provide tutoring and educational services to families and students. Yes, I do have an onboarding process. However, I would say that the onboarding process also begins in the awareness stage, Shay, because I got to kind of train them on what we need to do to make the process go smoothly. So after the 30-minute consultation, after the confirmation that yes, they want their child to have the assessment, and then right after that assessment, start onboarding them into the results of the data, because the data is not going to lie, a comparison of the data if they happen to bring anything from the school system, and then tell them what we are going to do together, and then my expectations, so that the child's process for tutoring goes as smoothly as possible. What's going to happen before a session, during a session, what I need you to do after a session, if you want to see progress as quickly as it can happen within that 12 weeks. I'm finding that I need to even fine tune that process even more, the process of the expectations to avoid a lot of postponing sessions, canceling sessions, and things like that. So I would like to use AI to craft craft a speech for me, craft a talk for me in regards to the importance of steadily attending sessions and how that can equate to growth, and then use that speech to use it in Loom as a video presentation or something. So that's something that can go out immediately after the assessment, because it takes about 5 to 7 days for me to get them an official report. So something in between, like to welcome them, and by the way, something like that. So I'll be working on that this week, probably today.
I love that. I love that. Because I love that you recognize that there is a gap there where you still need to be nurturing them, and you still need to keep them in the fold. You still need them to be thinking about the fact that, this is what you're going to be doing. And let me tell you how onboarding is important, because some of y'all don't understand how it took a lot for people to buy your service in the first place, right? Like, they're already battling, maybe they should have said no. So they're already battling buyer's remorse. So in your onboarding system, you want to include things that let them know that it was a great idea that they actually decided to buy into your solution, right? What you got, Demetra?
I totally agree with you on that, Shay. And that's one of the reasons why I provide them with the lesson notes the day of their student tutoring session. So within hours, they are seeing, this is what we did, and this is the results that we got from it. Because there are families out there that, this is a luxury. This is a luxury for them. And we all know that in crunch time, luxurious items get put to the side. Only this luxurious item happens to be your child's education. So, and I'm sure they're not feeling great about that. So I think a constant communication. So that's why I'm doing it weekly. If they happen to come waiting in the reception area, I'm gonna go in and go out and say hello to them. It may be really quick, but I want them to know that I'm still here. I'm here for you. I'm here for your kid. So just constantly being involved, constantly.
I like that. I like that. We all can learn from that. All righty. Somebody's trying to get in from iPhone 11, but y'all already know we're shell shocked. We just can't let anybody in, don't have a name. So let's go to Cheryl. Cheryl, what is your onboarding process, and do you see where AI can help you?
My onboarding process is, getting the personal information, giving them, operation hours, my schedule availability, their sessions, just, going over all of that. And, the way that I'm going to use AI is creating templates, because I found myself modifying the onboarding information depending on which business I was working. And so I started looking at templates, just trying to see how I could do that most effectively. If there was something I could use literally that would work across all three businesses. So that's why I got, y'all, I got to wake up. But that's where I have been, doing prompts and figuring out, how AI can help me create the template or modify it. The other thing is I tend to I have an email system, but I don't use it. And I tend to do emails manually, and, it works, but it's a lot of work. And so it's like, no, this needs to be automated. And so I've been looking at, believe it or not, Calendly has added a whole lot of other services for automation to theirs. And I may be able to do the emailing through them with the scheduling and all this other stuff. And then I'm checking out this thing called, I think it's 17 Sheets. I think is what they call it, something like that. So I'm just kind of in a phase where I'm putting together the systems or redoing the systems. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes. I see a lot of people trying to get into the room, and that is sorry about that, y'all, because that's a no, because we don't know y'all. So I love all of that. And y'all have some robust onboarding processes. I'm very proud of y'all. Kimberly can't come off the mic, but Kimberly, I thought you put something in the comments. You have not, so put yours in the comments, Kimberly. And then, so before we go to Dr. Tachi, I'm going to go over to the Facebook page because Keith Munn said he has an onboarding process. He says, I automated my graphic design business this past weekend. My inquiry form is now connected to Calendly. After the meeting, if we agree on the terms, a payment link is sent to the client for payment, subsequently placing them in the client's portal. I love it. I love it. So Keith, also, I see some of that is manual. See where some AI can help you with that. Tune in tomorrow because we're going to talk about some automations, or you can go straight to the blog post, shaycannon.com/AI. And there's a list of automations there because you could probably automate some of those steps in between. All right, Dr. Tachi, do you have tell us what the business is. Do you have an onboarding process? And if so, do you see where AI can help you? Even if not, do you see where AI can help you?
Oh, yes, I believe in the sanctity of AI. I really do. Yes, I have a business. It's called Indie Soup Media, and it is a content network and production hub that highlights independent content creators. And so there is, and at first I was like, I don't onboard anybody, but I do, the creators. There is an onboarding process. And I have not really per se used AI for that. I guess I would need to determine what tools and where and there she goes, where AI could be helpful.
I love that. I love that, especially since people like us are late onboarding into the network. Yep, I can see where that could be helpful. Let's let Glow back in. Kimberly said, no onboarding. My experience is similar to Teray's. Honestly, I'm not sure how to do it for product-based. Product-based, y'all kind of got it easy though. Let me tell y'all how, as a part of you guys's like if you're using Shopify and your e-commerce platforms, usually it's some automation in there already, right? It's already some stuff working on your behalf in there. It's us service-based businesses that have problems because we always have to connect stuff up ourselves and think of it and make sure we didn't leave anything out, right? So basically for product-based businesses, she said, I don't know what my onboarding would be. That's why I'm quiet. It's okay. But think about even when you do locks, Glow, like people come in awareness of you, right? They inquire about getting their hair done. Then what happens, right? They pay, but what happens? Like, do you give them information? Are you telling them where? Are you telling them how to get ready? Are you telling them what to bring with them? That kind of thing. All of that is onboarding. When you're getting them from the time they pay to you trying to get them ready for the service, all of that is what onboarding is. Right? All of that is what onboarding is. So some of them you might need to tell them about how long is the average time it takes for them to do it, right? Even with your podcast, right? You know, most of the people that you have on your podcast are not experts, right? They're not people who possibly have ever been on a podcast before. And so what you have to do is get them ready for it. You have to make them feel comfortable, let them know, hey, this is not like a TV show. It's just a conversation, wipe your camera off, talking to the mic, whatever. All of those things are onboarding things. So just keep those in mind. Okay. And of course, once you figure out what your process is, then you can try to jump into AI and see how it can help you connect it up and make it smoother. So T. Lynn said, I do financial coaching and I'm an author. I don't have an onboarding process. So you do your coaching though, T. Lynn. Have you started it yet? If not, then again, for you, from the time that they pay, right? Or if they're do they have to sign a contract with you? Do they get a proposal? If not, that's not a part of your process, but you do have to get them ready for your services. What does financial coaching look like, right? What information do they need to bring to the meeting? That type of thing. How do they use the information that you give them? All of that is going to be important for the financial coaching part. All right, let's see what else we got. Glow said, oh, okay. Shawana, you have a nice service for video production, video content, and all the things. How do you onboard your people? And do you see where AI can help you?
I'm trying
for the neon frame.
No, that's the see.
Hey, I like the
See what I'm
color though.
saying?
You got
Let
on
me
yellow.
get
You
rid
know,
of that.
yellow
That
is your
wasn't none of me.
color.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I am Shawana Kennedy with Kennedy Media, and what we do is help you be seen, be heard, and create visibility in your business. And I say it affects your life, all the echoes. I love that a lot of what was even being said already. Part of what I do, because I am pretty much hands-on during that process. Yes, I have questions that I ask, but I'll say this, I have used ChatGPT to even help me with making sure that it's clarity and conciseness with even my current list of questions that I ask when a person comes on. And when they come on, and that's why I said I got to come on video. And no, I do not have on all the lights that Dr. Tachi has prescribed for me because they're all around. As you can see, I am camera ready because she's videoing. I do all of those things. I have the whole list because I need to get right to what it is that your need is. And so I do that by way of the form. I believe it was Demetria that even mentioned about Calendly and the other person on Facebook. In the Calendly link, I do ask a few questions to kind of help me even before I even talk to you, as well as even after the fact, you get at least 2 emails from me, of course, to thank you, what they can expect next. So I have a couple of touch points, and it's only because it's not like where there's a gazillion people hitting me all at one time. Also, I love what you were saying about the podcast and interview. I do take people through, like you said, with Glow. I do that for even the people that I'm going to interview, because you honestly would be surprised at when you go to do that, especially if you're a person that interview video, that you're getting on camera and people don't even understand being, horizontal versus landscape if they have to use their cell phone. And it's the little things like that that could really throw off the whole show in the midst of it. And working with other people, I get to work with other people, and people don't read either. So what is your thought on that? That's what I want to ask you. What is even your thought on that? Because you could list all of the things, like everything that everybody has said. And in the case of video, you could list, you need to do this, check this for best, this, do that. What is your suggestion? I mean, of course, yes.
You're going to kick yourself. Guess what the answer is?
What'd you say?
I said, you're going to kick yourself. Guess what the answer is? Do a video.
Ooh. Did y'all see that?
Right. So, I mean, that's why the sales pages have gone the way of the video sales letter. That's why, we do welcome videos and all this kind of stuff, because like you said, it's inconvenient for people to read, but they will listen. They will watch, right?
You on my nerve.
Look at Dr. Tachi got the I'm just saying. So
right,
the answer is video.
That's true. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No,
as she was saying it, I was like,
is,
she don't hear herself. I was like, and I was gonna try to tell you later, but you had to be Shawana and be like, yeah, so let me ask you.
Oh my God. Did y'all see? I walked right into that. I walked into that cute though. We're gonna say I walked into that one cute, okay?
That was hilarious.
My God. And honestly, funny thing is, I just recently, for Kennedy Media, when you sign up, right, for the list, the emails are little bitty videos on purpose, people. You on my nerve. I ain't trying to do another video.
Teray says she having retreat flashbacks. Go on, Teray. No, but seriously, for example, if you have a business where your questionnaire is very in-depth, it's more than 10, 15 questions. That needs to be a meeting, y'all. Like you need to interview them to get those questions, right? Or you can try putting it in almost like a quiz fashion where it's going one question at a time, maybe with a picture. You might even could do a little video per question, a little quick audio or something per question to help them get through it, right? But when you have a lot of questions and you're actually doing an assessment, that's a meeting in and of itself. If you're giving a lot of instructions, that's a video. So yeah, we just that's just more business for you, Shawana. That's all. More business for you. So y'all need your video sales letters and your video instructions or whatever. Go to Shawana. She'll help you out. Look, because she's gonna be the did hers first. So don't worry about it. She got you.
Don't play with me. Don't play. You already know. See, that's when you go over to Chatty. You know, my girlfriend. You go over to Chatty.
Yes. Okay, so let me go through before we get out of here, because y'all see I'm all discombobulated. We got the trolls trying to get in this morning. We got the time change with the housekeeper getting here early in the background. We got all kind of stuff going on. But listen, I have some general things that you need to think about in your onboarding, and some of them we've already talked about, okay? You need, some of you might need an assessment, right? Or a quiz. You might not call it an assessment. You might call it, a questionnaire, whatever you're talking about. But some of you need to know the state of where they are before you get started, right? All right. Then some of you need documentation. Okay, documentation. Some of y'all are working without a contract and you should have a contract or at least a proposal or at least something where you can go back to exactly what they bought. Okay, exactly what they bought. For me, if I'm not doing a contract, what I'll do is in the cloud storage, I'll have a screenshot of the sales page or the cart page that says what they got. And it'll be in there, right? We all can refer back to it, right? We're all going to be in integrity and we can refer back to it, okay? Terms and conditions is another one, right? Hey, I'll put the, because when you paid and you click that little dot and you didn't read your terms and conditions, hey, that's okay. What I'm going to do is send you a copy of them terms and conditions or put them in that cloud storage, okay? So documentation, payment setup, because some of us are accepting payments on a payment plan. So what does that payment plan look like? Right? You might need to give them information about the payment plan. How do they change the card number? How do they stop it or change the date? You might even want to put in there some information about, hey, if you have agreed to 12 months of payments and you try to do a stop payment, this is how much more I'm gonna charge you to get my money back. You know what I'm saying? So that payment setup stuff comes with information they need to know. You need to have a project kickoff call or a service kickoff call, right? Now, the kickoff call could be where you do the interview for the assessment stuff, but it also should be like what Demetra and Cheryl said, what are your business hours? How can they contact you? What are your communication protocols, right? All that kind of stuff. If they send stuff, what is the turnaround time that you expect a response from them? Right? If you are to do something, what's the turnaround time they can expect to get it from you? All of those things, okay? How long does the full project or service usually take? That type of stuff. We want to give them all of that information. Feedback and adjustments. We want to tell them, hey, we are human. You know what I'm saying? If you're having a problem, please let us know so that we can start to fix it and bring you what you want, bring you what you need, right? Keep the channels of communication open. So if something's not working for them, you're the first to hear instead of Facebook being the first to hear, right? So let them know what channels they can let you know, when things are going right or when things are going right. We want to know that, okay? Final delivery and follow up. We're getting into service and all of that kind of stuff, but y'all get the gist of it, right? So onboarding is about equipping them with the information they need to know about what they bought, how to use it, how to go through this process, all the things. That should be what your onboarding is focused on, okay? Shawana, you still over there making faces? It's all right, boo. It's all right. So all of that is what onboarding is. I want y'all to think about that. And then think about, okay, what is my process for that? Now, how can AI help me with it? All right. Last call. We got about 3 minutes. Does anybody have any questions on, your payment and your onboarding phase as part of your client journey and how we're using AI? And again, if you want the list is at shaycannon.com/AI for all the tools that we have given as a recommendation and the information. So, hey, anybody have any questions? Shawana's scared to say anything else. She like, I'm just gonna sit here and look cute. I did my makeup.
I have a question.
What's your question, Trey?
Can you give us some tips, some onboarding, some AI onboarding tips for those of us who don't have a process or who want to tweak our process?
Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to say is, you already know about payment process and you already know about the proposal in the contract, right? So AI can be a part of, we talked about chatbots yesterday, right? The chatbots can be used for more than just when they're asking initial questions. Chatbots can be used for when you're onboarding, they have onboarding questions, right? When you're servicing and they have servicing questions and they need a quick answer. Anything, any part of your process can have a chatbot, okay? Another thing is all of these AI assistants and all of these AI meeting recorders and transcriptions, use those, right? We know Zoom now has where you can allow people to either record a copy of the meeting to their own computer instead of you trying to remember to process it and send it. Or it even has now one of the apps where you can summarize the meeting and it spits out a PDF. That's coming from Zoom's AI, right? So what I'm going to say is when you think in terms of onboarding, first set your process, right? Because you got to set the process to know what you need. So as a dating coach, you know, when you have the book, you might want to make sure, okay, you know, you have an assessment kind of thing going on, but have they read the book? Right? Do you have any frequently asked questions about the book? Do you have any summaries about each chapter? Can you do your book like they do the Bible, right? You know how they do the Bible where they say, if you're feeling this way, go to John chapter, you know what I'm saying? Okay, if you're feeling this way, do that, right? So you're referring them back to the book. And guess what that does? That has less weight on you as a coach. That's one of the things that I am amazed that people have courses as a part of their coaching program, but they don't refer people back to the course. They're always just answering the question. No, send them folks back to all that hard work you recorded, right? And what we know is, as y'all have experienced from me, every time we talk about it, we almost talk about it differently, right? So what I'm going to do is root you in the course and send you back, and then we're going to talk. But I'm going to send you back. I'm going to remind you, hey, that's in there, right? It's been so many courses that have so much robust information and stuff in it, and people are asking questions as though their course is missing that. Well, what's happening now is your members are thinking that the course part is not as valuable as showing up and asking you questions. And so if they can't show up no more, they don't see the value in your course, right? Send those people back to the course. Answer the question, but tell them where it is in the course also. So for me, having the course and coaching, it's going to be all about how do I equip them with all the information they need to know. It's funny because I have a program going on that's not my level 2. It's not my level 1. So I call it level 1.5 because I kind of created it for people who came to me out of another program. So they don't fit cleanly into my program. And because it's not course-based, I created them a guide. Let me pull this guide up for y'all because I think that'll be helpful. All right, let me share my screen. Look, we're going into teaching mode now. Move out the way, thing. All right, do y'all see something that says 6 Figures Unstuck, Run the Play? Okay, this course is basically, it's not my level 1. My level 1 teaches my framework, right? And from the framework, you create your own roadmap. Level 2, you have to get into level 2. You already have to have a roadmap. You can get into level 2 from level 1, from the retreat, from a one-on-one with me, from an intensive, all of those things, right? Or if you've had coaching before, this is an in-between level where I take your coaching and I create your roadmap, and then you can get into level 2. That's why this is a 1.5, but it doesn't have any course attached to it, okay? So what I did was I created a program guide, important links. Again, what you purchased, you see that? So they didn't sign a contract. They didn't have a proposal, but you know what they did have? A cart page with everything listed. So a screenshot of that is in their guide. Where your program falls in my program ascension ladder, because I created this program for them, they don't know where they fit. So let me tell you where you fit. So if you want to keep working with me, where you would go next, right? How to make the best use of this program. All right. I told them what their meeting schedule is for the entirety of this program. It's a 6-month program. What to expect from your meetings. Okay. The Slack channel, you know, and then how to leverage the Slack channel. So these are the links, right? This is the cart page of what they got. This is where they fit in the ladder. This is my level 1. This is where they are. And this is my level 2. And I explained all of it, right? How to make best use of this program. Engage fully in the assessment. Understand your blueprint. Prioritize and schedule. Be prepared for each meeting. Participate actively. Establish an accountability system. Document your journey. Stay open to feedback. Apply learnings immediately. Okay? Seek support when stuck. Celebrate your milestones. Stay committed. Engage with additional resources. Review and adjust. Post-program engagement. In other words, this is kind of some offboarding stuff, right? Okay. Then your meeting schedule, right? I gave them their kickoff meeting. I gave them the week of their one-on-one assessments. And then these are the dates for their program for their 6 months, right? There's no misunderstanding, right? If you're not showing up, it's not because you don't know when to come, all right? What to expect from your meetings. This is what to expect from your one-on-one assessment. This is what to expect from your twice monthly meetings, because we have a goal, right? And our goal is to get them to 6 figures. So every time we're going to be asking this, what's working, what's not working? What's keeping you from the money? Okay. What do you need? We're going to check in with your marketing. We're going to check in with your sales, because that directly affects what money you're bringing in, right? All right. Now we're talking about the Slack channel. They don't have a Facebook group. They have a Slack channel. They can put a message in there 24/7, right? So I'm telling them how to use the Slack channel. I'm letting them know they share a Slack channel with level 2. They can see level 2 stuff, but hey, they don't have all the resources that level 2 has, right? Then I'm letting them know, hey, this is what you're going to use it for. And I'm going to tell you when I'm going to respond. You can put stuff in there anytime you want. But hey, if it's not Monday through Thursday by 5 p.m., I'm not answering. You're going to have to wait, right? But they know this. And I'm telling them, hey, this is what you might want to put in there. Questions about your playbook, questions about the program, requesting resources, right? Any business questions, sharing resources with each other, letting us know when you'll be absent from a meeting, right? And then I'm telling them I'm going to use it to share these types of things, okay? This program, all the coaching happens in general, you know, in between the meetings, they got the Slack channel. They're never without coaching and support. And so that's the use of the Slack channel. How to leverage it, ask questions, share resources, initiate discussions, engage in the polls and the surveys, set up notifications, right? What we know is some people don't even have Slack on their phone or whatever. I'm not responsible for that. Okay, set up some notifications so you know what's going on. Utilize the DMs, but this is what you're talking about for the DMs, right? Because I'm not coaching in the DMs. This is a group coaching program. So the DMs are only if you got an issue that's a private issue, you know what I'm saying, that you need to talk to me about. All right. Review pinned messages. And that's the end of it. But you can do a guide that is the part of the onboarding, because basically what you're doing is you're supporting them and enforcing them with everything they need to make the best use of what you're selling them, to get the best transformation possible. That's what your onboarding should do. Get them ready for the service. How was that, Teray?